What should Ronda Rousey do to get back on top? If you'd like to know, stay tuned and watch this short video. Hi, my name is Mark Leichner from MMAcoach.net, where we teach you how to train smart and not just hard. In today's video, we're going to cover Ronda Rousey and what we think she should do to get back on top, if she even wants to get back to MMA. If she does, we have a few suggestions.
Here are our 6 suggestions. First one is head movement. I know that her coach shouted head movement during her fight with Amanda Nunes, but she didn't seem to listen or just couldn't do it for some reason. By using head movement, her head will not be a stationary target, she will be harder to hit and can also deliver punches more safely, either by utilizing head movement as an answer to her opponent's strikes or preemptively. She could also use this to get to clinch, which is what she almost always wants. 2. Start shooting for double legs and single legs. She never does this and always relied on her judo takedowns to take the fight to the ground. But she couldn't take Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes down and had big trouble with their striking. If the heat is coming from above, meaning from her opponent's hands, go low. Even if she doesn't get the double, it could be the ticket to the clinch. And that is exactly what I did in my last fight. I used a double leg entry to get the clinch. Whenever my opponent wanted to brawl, I level changed and partially went for the double, only to get the clinch where I could use my judo. 3. Use underhooks and overhooks in the clinch. Ronda Rousey usually uses a head and arm control in the clinch, which is a very strong grip. The first problem with this is how she looks for the grip. She does this as if she is in a judo match and is looking for the over-the-shoulder back grip. This is not so good for MMA and can leave her open for punches. We already discussed going for shooting takedowns and head movement as a way to get the clinch, which I think is better for MMA. Head and arm control is not the only option, and when you cannot get this grip, judo throws can also be done with underhooks and overhooks. This is my preferred way of executing them. As I said, the head and arm grip is strong, and after the throw you usually end up in kesegetame, also known as the scarf hold. I personally don't like this position because you can get your back taken, which is exactly what happened to Ronda Rousey against Liz Carmouche, but she was able to escape. When you use overhooks and underhooks, you have to be careful not to over-rotate on the throw and lose position. If you don't, you usually end up in side control, which is much better, and this is what usually happens when you use underhooks and overhooks. I do have to mention that you have to fight for the underhook once you land in side control using a throw with an overhook grip. But that is still better in my opinion than the scarf hold. Having said that, there are people that can utilize the scarf hold well, but in general, I don't think it's a good idea. 4. Change the way she views the wins and losses. It was discussed many times online how her whole identity is tied to her being a champion. And when she lost the title, she disintegrated mentally. This is a very hard outlook on the fight game and on life in general. I know this because I had the same problem when I competed in judo, so I understand what she's going through. Whenever I lost a match, I got depressed and thought very poorly of myself. Whenever I won, it was the other way around. That kind of an emotional roller coaster is not a healthy way of looking at your life and sports career. We are more than just wins, losses, and our jobs. There is much more to life than competing. And so what if she lost? I'm not saying she shouldn't be worried about it. The feeling of discontent that happens after a loss should be used to drive her to improve in the gym. But if it metastasizes to extreme self-doubt and depression, then it is a sign that there is something terribly wrong with the way she looks at things. She should talk to a sports psychologist or a therapist. 5. Ditch the arrogance and petulance. There are a lot of examples when she exhibited that kind of behavior, but I'm not going to get into them in this video. Even if it's not immediately apparent, this kind of behavior can hurt Rousey both in the fight and in training, because arrogance can make you blind to things that are not working and that need to be improved. It should not be confused with confidence, which she also possesses or used to possess. It surprised me to see her behave like that, because it flies in the face of judo principles and etiquette. If you saw how Holly Holm behaved before, during and after the fight with Ronda Rousey, you could be forgiven if you thought she was the one raised in the spirit of judo and not Ronda. In my opinion, she could benefit from being a little more humble. 6. Footwork and distance management. Bas Rutten commented that if he was her coach, he would have her do distance management and footwork drills before moving on to strikes.
I'm going to show her how easy it is to avoid strikes. And it really is that easy if you have footwork. Moving backwards and constantly attack her non-stop, moving forward and backwards to the side. There's all these punching drills that I have, distance drills as I call them. She needs to do that. She shouldn't be in shooting range. She should always be just outside the reach. Every game plan I'm talking about, every single time, I always talk about the range. And every boxer you will hear I say too, the same as in kickboxing. You want to be just outside the range. So even when you cannot see the punch coming, you're still outside that range, and that she didn't do. Now, first we do that, and then you start working on defending it, start doing it also with your hands, parrying them inside with minimum movement. It's just a little parrying to the side, no overcommitting to defending strikes. Everything needs to be perfectly intact, and once she gets that down, then we start adding punches to repertoires and counters.
That is a great advice, and I agree 100%. Like her or not, Ronda Rousey is a fantastic athlete with world-class skills. The intention behind this video was not to bash Ronda Rousey, but to point out what I think she should do to get back to winning. If you want high-quality supplements at a discount, we recommend the world's #1 online sports nutrition brand, MyProtein. With over 105,000 products, MyProtein has the biggest range in the world, and if you use our coupon code MMACoach15, you will get 15% off. If you buy through our links, we will get a very small affiliate percentage without any additional cost to you. They also offer worldwide delivery. Check out MyProtein links in the description below. What did you think about my suggestions? Can Ronda Rousey reclaim her belt? And do you think there is anything else she needs to do? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, like it and share it, and you can also subscribe to our channel. If you're interested in a more in-depth MMA training, check out our instructionals. My name is Mark Leichner from MMAcoach.net, and I will see you again in another video very soon.